Raceview Network's Inside is sponsored by the American Quarter Horse Association and by the Oklahoma Quarter Horse Racing Association.
Hi, I'm Taylor Van Bever. We're just a few days away from the most anticipated state-bred futurity in quarter horse racing, and a good-looking group of 2-year-olds has been assembled for the event. Here's a look at some of those as we go inside the Grade 1 Remington Park, Oklahoma bred futurity. Trials for the 330-yard final were run on April 5th and 6th. Horses with the 5 fastest times on each day comprised the field for the $895,000 final. On April 5th, the second fastest time was turned in by Liar Liar Hawks on Fire. The gelding was ridden by James Flores for trainer Rick Robinson. He's owned by Jose Guzman and Rito Sosa. Liar Liar Hawks on Fire is one of the 5 horses that had a race prior to the futurity trial.
In his trial race, it was no surprise that he won and that he qualified. I knew this horse could do it just the way he ran in his maiden race. Like I said, he was lightly worked. And it's like after that race in the maiden, he came back and kind of woke him up, and he's like, oh hey, this is what I got to do, And he figured out that he was a racehorse pretty quick. It didn't take him long.
A first-time starter, Lotta Shakin' Goin' On, put up the fastest time on the 5th. Lotta Shakin' Goin' On is owned by Gerald Reed and Whiting Ranch. He's conditioned by Reed with his son Kerry overseeing the Remington stable.
We got him up here and he was pretty green. He's still pretty green. We'd worked him once and like I say, worked with him in the gates and got him straightened back out and run him in schooling race. He run a big schooling race and then just sat back and hoped and prayed everything went good in the trials, that he'd leave and run a big race, and he did. And he hit some big gears on the other end. His colt can really run. So we just need a lot of luck.
The second day of Remington Futurity Trials, April 6th, saw a late-running Chilitos post the second fastest time of the day with jockey Nestor Duran in the irons. The colt is trained by Santiago Rojas for owner Ana Paredes and Omar Paredes. Sam Green's Uptown Babe gave the most impressive performance in the April 6th trials while topping the list of qualifiers on the day. Piloted by Rolando Rodales, the filly is trained by Guillermo Valdivia.
This filly, she's been just a professional. She makes my job real easy. Since we started breaking her, she never want to make a mistake. She was always want to please you. Do it right the first time.
Before the trial, you did run her one time, ran a second.
We ran her and she didn't break. she's a big filly, thoroughbred looking filly. So she's 250 yards is not her cup of tea. She needs more distance. And sure enough, she didn't break. She kind of walked away from the gates, come back, and she got outrun by nose. She made a lot of ground. And in the trial, she was sharper. She was ready. Whenever they opened the gates, she left. And stay going.
You're not just my horse. You're my family. I may hold the reins, but you hold my heart.
In addition to the Remington Park Futurity, the April 20th card at RP will feature some of last year's biggest 2-year-old stars in the Remington Park Derby. Linder 16, winner of the 2018 Remington Park Futurity, is back at the Oklahoma City track with her sights set on the RP Futurity Derby Double. Hailing from the Jason Olmsted training stable, the filly qualified for the Derby and trials run on April 7th. She was ridden by Christian Esqueda. Linder 16 was also a finalist in last year's All-American Futurity. The winner of the 2018 All-American, Apocalyptical Jess, led all qualifiers to the $319,000 Remington Derby final. Ricky Ramirez rode the gelding for conditioner Trey Wood.
Oklahoma Quarter Horse Racing Association encourages the breeding and ownership of Oklahoma-bred horses, promotes and protects racing opportunities in the state, and represents our members' interest at the state capitol. Learn more at oqhra.com.
Raceview Network's Inside is sponsored by the American Quarter Horse Association and by the Oklahoma Quarter Horse Racing Association.
On Saturday night, members of the older horse division will have their time in the spotlight as well. There are 2 graded stakes on the card for veterans. The Grade 1 Sooner State, restricted to Oklahoma breds, and the open Grade 2 Bob Moore Memorial. Saturday, April 20th at Remington Park, a night full of racing starring the world's fastest athletes. All topped off by the Grade 1 $895,000 Remington Park Futurity. I'm Taylor Van Beber for Raceview Network's Inside.